In this video, we are going to be talking about calming together. Calming together means calming your baby while also trying to stay calm yourself. This is something that until you are really in it, it's hard to recognize how truly difficult it is. And when you're in it, you recognize how challenging this is. When and why we want to work towards calming together is so that when the child does have upsets or is struggling to calm down, you feel like you have the tools in your toolbox to help. And when there's times that the tools in your toolbox aren't working, this video will also give you safe options for what to do to keep both of you safe. First, I want to start off by saying a big thank you to our friends at Early Learning Indiana. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share this information. We always like to start off with a disclaimer. The information in this video is not medical advice. If you have any concerns, please talk to your doctor. Your pediatrician, as well as you, know your baby best. I want to first describe the flow of this video and the things we're going to talk about. So first, we're going to dive into when those strategies aren't working and you've tried and you're feeling yourself struggling to calm down. We know the best thing you can do for your baby is to help yourself calm down, which is hard to do when you have a baby who's already upset. So the second part of this video is going to be creating a safety plan, something that is safe for you and your baby to try when you're both upset. So when you think about it like a roadmap, the first thing we're going to do is to try to calm the baby. And when that's not working with these new strategies, the next thing we're going to do is make sure that we keep you, the caregiver, calm to keep you both safe. First, we're going to talk about 1, 2s, and 3s. That is what I want to be your first thought when your baby is struggling to calm. So 1, are they hungry? 2, are they wet or dirty? Do they need a diaper change? And 3, are they tired? All of those things can be addressed first, your 1, 2s, and 3s, while also keeping in mind if they are starting to show signs of illness, that should also be addressed as well. But this is more when you know, okay, my baby's not sick, what's going on? First, we're going to start with, are they hungry? Are they wet or dirty? Are they tired? Okay, 1, 2s, and 3s. Now, unfortunately, there are times when the 1, 2s, and 3s don't work to help calm the baby, and the baby is still upset after you've done all of that checklist. When that occurs, I want you to change it up. So first, we will start with a change of scenery. So if you are inside, take yourself and the baby outside. Sometimes that change in environment is enough to help the baby start to calm. It is enough of just a little bit of a reset that they are able to take a few deep breaths and calm. And of course, making sure that they are appropriately bundled or wearing appropriate clothes, whether it's hot or cold. But that is sometimes the first place to go when those 1, 2s, and 3s aren't working for a kiddo. The next thing to try is if you are with a lot of people who are, of course, adoring your baby, try to go somewhere where there's less eye contact for your baby, specifically just from strangers, people that aren't who they are the closest bonded to. The reason that this is because sometimes eye contact can be overstimulating for babies who are already struggling to calm. That extra eye contact is one more thing that they're thinking about. The next thing we're going to change up is a change in what we're hearing or what they're hearing. If we are somewhere that is quiet, sometimes babies like a little bit of extra action. So maybe go somewhere where there's a little talking, or maybe somewhere where the radio is on, just a little change in noise. The next thing to consider when it comes to that change in noise is let's try to take this baby back to where they felt their safest, which was in the womb. So when we think about the sounds that they were hearing in the womb, we can replicate them in the real world with white noise that you can play on your phone, keeping it at a distance from the baby, not too loud, but white noise. And then also you can use lullabies. And if you're somewhere where you don't have access to your phone or your baby's throwing themselves around and you can't grab your phone and also hold on to them, that is okay because you can use gentle shushing or gentle just shh, shh, shh. I will show you an example of this because that rhythmic sound reminds them blood flow within the womb. The next thing that we're going to think about changing up if a kiddo's 1, 2s, and 3s didn't work, when it comes to changing the sense of touch, one of the first places you can jump to is, do we need a new outfit? Is this outfit itchy? Is it too small? Is that where they're getting overwhelmed by the touch? And the other thing that you can try is skin to skin. So you can open up your shirt and make sure that they have a place that's nice and warm where they can really make a lot of contact with your skin. So exposing your chest and having baby where, as long as we are in an environment that they're not going to be cold. If they have just a diaper on, you can take them down to their diaper. You can put them on your chest so they're getting that nice skin to skin. And then you can use just your hands and that nice warmth to hold them close. They'll hear your heartbeat. They'll get all the good smells from you to help themselves calm down. The next thing you can try after, if these things are not working and you have access to a nice warm bath, if it makes sense with your routine, go ahead and try doing a warm bath where you are able to really do nice skin to skin and have baby on your chest and see if that can help them calm. If you have a kiddo who gets really upset, especially closer to that bedtime mark, and you're like, oh, I know that bedtime is a tough time for them where they really seem to get overwhelmed, try to do bath time with them. So you're giving them that skin to skin, you're giving them that calming routine, and see if that helps. To give an example of how to gently hush a baby. So I'm going to use this polar bear. So you're going to bring them in. So getting as much skin to skin as you can and bring them in, and you're going to hold them and support their head. And then you can walk with them or you can bounce and just hush, hush. So it's not super loud. You can do it really anywhere. It does sometimes take 2 hands. Really, I would recommend 2 hands at all times so that you're always keeping one hand controlling their head. The next thing we're going to talk about is the importance of position changes to try when a baby is upset. So we always have traditional, we're walking around with our baby, I'm using my polar bear again, where we can walk around with the baby like this. And then if they're getting upset or they're squirming here, another position you can try is side lying facing outwards. So your baby facing outward, your arm is going to keep their head and neck in a safe position. Your other hand can come around and help hold their legs in, help hold their arms in if they like that kind of containment or swaddling. And then you can pair this with rocking in a rocking chair. You can pair this with having the baby watch their sibling do a dance. This is a nice position to help with tummy upset as well. Other thing you can try is if you are sitting down and reclined, so really protecting that head and neck for the baby, pulling their legs in and doing some gentle, just patting their butt very gently. Here, the biggest things to watch for when we're changing positions for the baby is just making sure that we have control of that head and neck. So I always recommend 2 hands on the baby at all times to make sure that there is one hand really helping to control that head and neck. Even as they get bigger and stronger, sometimes when they get mad, they will throw their head backwards. And so it's really important that your hand is here just to make sure that we can keep them safe at all times when we're changing their position. Now let's talk about what we can do when none of that works and the baby's still upset and you're getting flustered. The biggest thing to remember is that you are this baby's model. So if you can show that you are calm, that will help them feel calm. Now, some ways to help yourself feel calm. One of the first places to start can be with mantras and deep breath. But I want to remind you that babies cry, and that can be normal. If you feel like your baby is crying excessively, or you feel like there are strategies that are not helping your baby that you feel should, I encourage you to talk to your pediatrician. I encourage you to share this so that you're not suffering alone. Another big thing I want you to remind yourself is that this is not your fault. Sometimes babies just cry, but when that happens, I want you to calm yourself by doing a couple things. The first place to start can be with deep breath. So when you breathe in, you'll breathe in for 5 seconds, you'll hold your breath for 5 seconds, and then you'll breathe out for 8 seconds. While you're doing that, I want you to repeat a mantra that helps you feel calm. Sometimes it can be best to pick the mantra when you're already calm, and I wanted to give you all some examples of ones that I like, but please feel free to use your own or use something that someone said to you once that really clicked. I really like the mantra, "My baby is not giving me a hard time. My baby is having a hard time. I will stay calm until my baby feels calm," is another good one. "I am the safe place. I am the calm. My child needs my calm." Those are all mantras that I like to use, but please feel free to use your own and pair them with deep breathing. Now, sometimes the strategies you're trying to use to calm yourself down don't work for yourself either. So now you're upset, the baby's upset, and it's time to take a break. And knowing when to take a break, even when your baby is upset, is a sign of strength because you are putting their safety above all else. How to take a break or a safe regroup. So you want to make sure that first you have a space that is safe for baby to lie down. When we think about safe sleep, so A, B, C, alone on their back in the crib, no pillows, no stuffed animals around, a safe space that if they were to roll, they're not going to roll off of it. Place the baby in a safe place, place them on their back, and walk away. Walk away and do things to help calm yourself down so you can come back to the baby to try again. The biggest thing is to never shake the baby, and again, to trust yourself that after you calm, you're going to go back and you're going to help them calm down, but knowing when to take a break is listening to yourself and protecting your baby. Now you go back and you try again. You've got this, you can do this, and your baby truly appreciates the patience that you have with them. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you again, Early Learning Indiana, for giving me this opportunity. Next is just a list of my references. I hope you found this information helpful.